Hey there.
Hello. Hey, it works. I think I've got everything working again.
All right. Well, I'm sure you were rusty. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. What does that term mean? Been a minute. Because that's not
uh,
something I grew up with. Is that a cultural thing?
yeah, this might have been the first time I've ever used it. So
Oh, you heard it on a show and thought it was cool. And thought you'd bring it to the live stream.
I'm not sure if it's a Gen X thing or a millennial thing but yeah, maybe we edit that out.
It stays. It
Oh, okay.
stays. Oh
Fine.
man. Oh man. All right. Well, what are we doing today? What's our plan? What's our agenda?
Whew. Well, I figure, we haven't chatted in a while. I've been around the world and back, and so I figured we'd chat a little. And then in a little bit, we're going to do our first meet your fellow Blockstars interview,
Ooh.
and we'll have a couple of people joining us for that.
Ooh.
And yeah, that's what we got going.
I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see where we go from that. So you've been around the world and back. That was your. So where were you? What were you up to? What was life like?
So I went to Italy. So I'm based on the East Coast in Florida,
Right.
South Florida, and I took a trip to Italy by way of Washington D.C. It was a pretty long day of travel. Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Washington D.C. Then caught another plane to Rome, Italy. Then hopped a train to Florence, Italy.
Oh man.
And yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. Saw lots of great things.
Oh yeah, it was really, really nice. I hadn't been to Florence before. I've been to all other parts of Italy, but never Florence. And I loved it. Yeah, it was great. A lot of food. Let me just stress that. So much food. A lot of wine too, but a lot of food.
I see how it is. Okay.
Yeah. And so, I tried to keep in touch and keep tabs on everything that was going on in the NFT world, but it was hard, I'm not gonna lie. And it kind of, I think we've talked about this before, how like just that like 1 week of time felt like months.
Oh, I
in the NFT
know.
world.
Right? Like you take a weekend off and it's like, wait, where did 7 projects that I was following go, and I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
And also
man.
it didn't help that I left on the day of huge stuff happening in the Blockstars world. So
Yeah, practicing started.
that's right. So I kind of missed out on that whole back and forth, and didn't really get to actually go in and try practicing until I got back, which was on I think it was the 14th 15th of May. So yeah, I was a little late to the game.
Well, it was interesting because when it first came out, like I'm scrolling through some of my Blockstars here on the screen, and I've got like 60 some here, and it was like every single day you had to go through, and like Solana at the time, well, I mean usually, but at the time it was really bad, and so transactions would fail regularly. And so it was such a slog. It would take hours upon hours to try and just get my Blockstars training for a day, and I'm like, I can't continue this for right now. Like, it's so
Yeah.
it's
I really missed that part.
yeah, and they quickly changed it so that you can do 7 days. But now it's like I don't even think about it for 7 days, so I'm not sure which was better in that front. He's like, I said it and I forget it for 7 days. That's what's been going on.
Yeah, for me, I don't know why this is how I'm doing things, but I have all of my block stars practicing on different schedules. So, and I'm not sure why and how I got it to that point, but and some of them aren't practicing at all, because I kind of take the perspective of, if you're charging me that much, yeah, I need to think about that, and I'll get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have only a portion of my block stars actually practicing, and they are on different schedules. So yeah,
Yeah, that
and I don't remember those schedules ever. So yeah.
yeah, I had a morning crew and a night crew. So it was like first thing in the morning and then last thing at night kind of deal. But now that there's 7 days, it's like a Saturday morning deal now. So but I was happy that I think I missed a few in my list, because I wanted to talk a little bit about things that I've noticed with practicing, right? Like you want to figure some things out, and one of the ones. So if I look here, so this is a this is a clarinet, is what that is. Yeah, it's clarinet. When you go to practice, so it kind of shows you what's gonna be best, right? And it also kind of defaults to what was last. So 6148 is the experience, and then this one's 5544, and so on and so forth. One of the things that's interesting is, well, actually that one wasn't best. It was local park. Is there's a lot of these instrument types are best in certain areas. So if we're going to talk about vocalists, so the best place for a vocalist to practice is going to be the local park or the small bedroom. The best place for the clarinet is going to be the flatbed truck, which is also strings. So your banjo, your harp, your guitars, all going to be flatbed truck, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting that they're kind of based off of instrument category, and then that's where they end up. But yeah, that was one thing that I had noticed. Is there anything that you had seen? Like, do you have a preference of like musical training versus writing or social media training?
Yeah, so I kind of do. A lot of people, I was noticing a lot of comments recently. People are asking, should I be focusing on musical skills? Should I be looking at the other skills? How do I level up? All that kind of stuff. But for me, okay, first of all, not all of your block stars have secondary musical skills. So training them up is great. They're gonna get better, but you're not sort of trying to open up that next musical skill, because there is none.
Right.
And also, I feel like in real life, I'm a super overanalyzer. And so I think I'm kind of slipping into that mode here too. Because I am looking at, okay, well, this block star, okay, only going to be able to be at level 40 in their musical instrument, but can get to level 95 in writing. So yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm practicing writing for that one, because
Ah.
the best return on investment, I guess. Yeah.
See, and I hear you. I see where you're going. See, I've had a different theory in terms of my block stars and which one I practice. So I solely practice musical skill. That's it. And my reasoning for that is because next is busking. And busking doesn't require writing. Maybe it requires social media, that we don't know, but I know that it doesn't require writing. That it comes with songwriting, which will not be part of busking. And so I'm thinking, if I can increase their musical ability, then they'll be better at busking, which will be better overall, just for me. So that's kind of where I was leaning. The other thought I had was I undervalued, like early on, like I undervalued the practice skill. Like I thought practice, like the practicing skill was just whatever. It's a dump stat. Like, you don't care about it. It's useless, whatever. But no, I think it is incredibly important and really needs to be addressed and seen, because if you have a high practice stat, that really affects the amount of experience that you get when you are training your skills. And so
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
ooh.
I have I kind of did figure that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
That's not a surprise. And I did value that stat. But in terms of what you're saying, how you're practicing only musical skills and on every block star that you have, pretty
Yep.
much. Is
Yep.
that what you're saying? Yeah.
100%. That is all that I am doing.
And I understand, yes, you're trying to get them ready for busking. Got it, totally. Again, I'm going back to my whole strategy. I'm not practicing everyone. Everyone is not practicing at this moment for me.
Okay.
And even if busking is the next thing, if my block star is not going to have a great musical skill but gonna have a great writing skill, I won't be sending them out busking. Probably I'll send the ones that are better at it. So I'm sort of thinking more along the lines of everybody's not going to be doing the same thing at all times for me.
Gotcha. So what I was thinking was that my hope is I want to send everybody out to busk and just see what happens. Like, I want to really push that envelope. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I kind of like it's I want as much data as I can, so I'm going to use my entire data set to test a theory kind of deal, and to really see that through.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck with that clarinet player on the side in front of Starbucks.
We'll see. We'll see. But I mean, I've got a lot to test.
I'm walking right by that one if it were me.
Oh, you're not a lover of the clarinet, I see.
I don't know.
Believe
I guess I
percussion is
am.
street corner. I want to see if I.
It might just be because it would be like a oddity or unique, and so that means maybe they'll make a ton of money busking, but who knows?
Entirely possible. And then I just rake it in. No, what I'm expecting, like, there's a few Blockstars I have. Let me see. That are just, oh right, it was my trombone player. There she is, or they are, right there. So this one, I don't know. Can I see how much the wage is? No, I can't. Stupid expensive to train, and their practicability is very low. So it's just like, oof.
Oh no.
So they might not be practicing ever again. They might just go straight into busking, and that is your life now. That is,
But
because I can't afford to train you.
Have you considered the whole what you'll actually make off of busking, and is it enough to even cover the expenses type
of the training
situation?
Yeah. I've wondered too, like, do I hold back a few just to practice while everybody else busks, that kind of thing? And I haven't quite decided yet. Like, I do have my favorites of my Blockstars that I want to see really succeed. So for instance, one is Blockstar 511, and then their twin. Where is the twin? This one up here, 3292. I want to see those two do well as a duet somewhere in some sort of category. And then I have my where's my acoustic guitarist punk player? That guy. I want him to do well. He is so cool. He's cooler than me. So I want this one to do well. So I think that they may end up in the practice category versus anything else.
And he's 1.5 currently, 1.5 star.
1.5. He started out at 1 star, and he's already gotten a half star out of it. So
nice, very nice. Yeah. Well, I find so I think this is another kind of opening for us in the tools arena, is that I do find it hard to keep track of when when it notifies you that your Blockstar either, gained XP or moved up a level, I find it
Right.
hard to keep track of, okay, where was I? Where am I now? You know, how much value was there in what I just did? All that type of thing. So I think there's some room there for some tools to help with that stuff.
Well, I think.
Aside from, spreadsheets and all that.
Oh man, like I first started, like day one, I'm like, I'm gonna track absolutely everything. I've got every Blockstar's
Mhm.
number down. I'm like, here's the current XP, here's the flow over XP that's gonna be going to practice. And it was just like, this is so much data right now. Like it's taking me
Yeah,
longer to fill in my spreadsheets than it is to actually just send them up. Just say,
exactly.
and so I kind of gave up. I'm like, I'm going to start this again another time. For now, I'm just going to practice everyone and hope for the best.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that's why I think, like, having a tool that does it for you is the way to go, you know?
I can't disagree with you.
Yeah.
That's for certain. That is for
Hint,
certain.
hint
Yeah,
at
no kidding.
at my favorite developer.
Oh man.
Uh,
Well, speaking of tools, we can look at our stats and kind of go over what's been going on in the Blockstar space if we wanted.
what's
Uh,
that one in the top right there?
this is total daily sales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can see there was a gaming Dow and then Nico.
Nico, yeah.
Nico kind of swept. So that's that giant spike there.
That's the day.
That's the day.
Yeah.
Um, it just kind of gave us a bit of an influx there at that point. You can see the weekly sales too, so that weekly sales gone up there too. But we've stayed
Yep.
kind of steady over. It had a few
Mhm.
peaks and valleys here, and I think once Busking comes out, because then that's the actual earning. Right now we're just spending. Once the
Right.
earning comes out, I think we'll start to see again another spike into that. But yeah, we also saw a lot of really cheap Blockstars before this giant spike, and so we saw a lot of our all-time lows go lower. So somebody
Mhm.
bought a 4-star at 0.25,
Nice.
which is pretty crazy. And then we saw a 5-star. I don't think that one. I think that one had stayed there. I think that one was already purchased at 0.4. So we haven't seen a cheaper, but we did see a cheaper 4.5-star at 0.3. So
Nice. Yeah, and
yeah,
that's just a factor of people who know and people who don't know. That
yep, yeah. And you just keep an eye on it, see what happens, go from there, and
Yep.
yeah, love it.
All
Uh,
right. So, should we work on bringing in our special
let's
guests?
do it. Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Who are we bringing in? You got them here.
Okay. So, we have Keo NFT guy, and Keo NFT guy is sort of heading up this whole meet your fellow Blockstar project, and
Oh, wonderful.
um yeah, I offered to host it on our YouTube channel. And so today we have Dad Sylvia, and I hope I'm saying that right. That's what it looks like. We can get confirmation though. And we'll be kind of putting Dad Sylvia in the hot seat a little bit here with some questions.
We should also say hi to Craig in the chat. He says GM.
Oh, is he stalking us in the chat?
I think so. Yeah, I see that there. And I will say
Maybe
good morning
this
as
is
well, but not all of us are in morning.
I
So
guess some people have notifications turned on. That's kind of cool.
oh man.
Loyal subscribers with the notification bells. That's cool.
Wonderful. All right. All right. So how are we adding them? What do we need to do here?
Um,
What should I do?
s- so bring them into our Discord
Okay, bring them into our
conversation. That's what I
okay.
had explained.
Okay. Okay. So
And
that one I don't think I have Dad Sylvia.
just like it sounds.
Let's create a group Discord there. Oh, I have to add another person.
Okay, so I think Keo NFT guy is
Hello,
here.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Can you
can you hear
add?
me?
We can hear you just great. Uh,
Awesome.
okay. Can you add Dad Sylvia to this? Their Cranzini. I don't have in my
Um,
DMs.
okay.
Okay. let's see. I will do that right now.
Wonderful. Perfect.
Okay, I
Okay.
got him.
Oh, you did it, Kyo? Great. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyo
So now Dad
wins the
Sylvia
day.
is here. Excellent. Teamwork.
Wonderful. Dad Sylvia, can you hear us too?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Quite loud. I'm going to turn you down. Wonderful.
Sorry.
Perfect.
Oh, man.
All right.
Wow.
So
Welcome
this
here,
was
everybody.
welcome, welcome. This was a long time in the making, I feel like, because I feel like I was in Italy when this whole thing started happening.
Yeah.
And that feels like a lifetime ago. So great. So this just for full transparency, this interview took place previously, and then we kind of all brainstormed and thought, hey, wouldn't it be great to do it live and hear our voices and everybody could
I love it.
join
I
in.
think obviously your spaces on Twitter and the events you guys hold on your Discord are your biggest pullers. Like you get loads of people listening in.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think reading is not the strong suit of anyone these days. So
Yeah.
No.
And also, I think it's more interesting to talk with a person with, because when you ask a question, a written question, the answers are kind of canned. I think it's more natural and organic to be here talking.
Well,
yeah.
and you get to hear tone too and personality.
Yeah.
There's so much more to that.
Yeah.
I will.
And
agree.
then more potential to make mistakes when you're talking live, as I know very well.
That never happens.
Never.
Yeah, that's it's a good idea to send the questions before to the interviewee so he can prepare
Yeah.
for the answers.
Yeah, that's always nice. Yeah. And then you throw some surprise ones in there to kind of trip everybody up.
Curveballs in them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. All right. So should we introduce and get to know? Shall we kick this off and get started?
Why don't we
Xbox,
let-
by the way.
What-
Welcome to the chat. And Fedit, too. Welcome.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, great.
Interesting.
Why don't we let Dad Sylvia just kind of start with who is Dad Sylvia and man of mystery
And where does the name come from, too? That's it seems.
So yeah, I know it's a bit of an odd one, isn't it? So it all started when I was a kid. My dad made. Do you remember the days of AOL?
Of course. We all had those
Yeah.
coasters.
Yeah. So my dad made me an account on AOL. His dad's lad 1994, and it just sort of stuck. I mean, I've had that ever since I was a kid. I mean, I transitioned over to Outlook, but yeah, I've still got it, and it gets a few raised eyebrows and a few chuckles at any sort of job interviews or anything like that. But I've recently actually just had a daughter. She's 5 weeks old, and her name is Sylvia. So I decided to combine it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Beautiful, nice.
Are you sleeping?
Oh, no.
Okay. So it's perfect for the NFT space.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily,
I'm always out in the market.
Oh man.
Okay, so little bit more about yourself, like where you're from, how you got into NFT.
Well,
all
clearly
the-
that's a Canadian accent. That's what I'm predicting.
I doubt it.
I'm actually from South Wales.
And see, this is wonderful because my grandparents come from Wales, and so my
No way. Whereabouts?
oh man. I'll have to look that up. I don't have, but I was gonna say my middle name has 4 L's and 2 Y's, so I've got so I've got some Welsh cred to my name.
We do definitely use quite a lot of consonants in our language. But yeah, I'm South Wales, UK. I was born in South Wales and then moved to Somerset when I was a kid and moved back a few years ago. I'm currently an engineer, clinical engineer, and working for the NHS. I started about a year ago in sort of NFTs. A mate of mine said, "Oh, you need to get in on crypto," and I'd heard stuff about it in sort of social media and stuff. Obviously, the biggest one being that guy who bought a pizza for something like 7 Bitcoin back in 2014.
No. It was 10,000 Bitcoin. The
Yeah,
first Bitcoin.
yeah, I knew it was something ridiculous.
It was something absurd.
Yeah, it was a mental number, and I thought, right, okay, well, if this is the sort of shit that can happen over like a period of sort of 5 years or whatever, 10 years, why not just buy some and just hold it? And then the more I researched into it, I mean, obviously looked into Bitcoin. That's where everybody starts. Then I saw Ethereum. Then I saw some sort of smaller tokens. And then obviously while I was looking into Ethereum, there's NFTs, and then we learned about Solana, and it just all sort of developed from there. And I've sort of been in the space probably strong for about 4 to 6 months.
Ooh. Well, I think that's a good time for, like, many of us kind of started really getting into things. That's what I'm finding, that 4 to 6 month range. It's either that or the real OGs that have been there forever.
Yeah.
So how did you find Blockstars? What was your introductory point to the Blockstars community and worlds and music management simulation?
One day I was floating around on the web looking at different articles. I came across one, and it was something like the 5 top passive income NFTs either out or coming out. And you guys were one of the ones in the article, and I thought, right, okay, well, first of all, the art is sick. It reminds me of, do you remember Habbo?
No.
Well, it was sort of a game that came out years and years and years ago, sort of the same time when RuneScape started.
Okay.
And yeah. it was like I've forgotten the word now. Like a sort of like a 32-bit type game.
Okay.
And it was just like a social game. You lived in this hotel, and you met people, and you interacted, and it was just like just a social thing.
It was quite famous at the time. Habbo.
Yeah.
I didn't play it, but I knew a lot of people that did.
Yeah, it was quite famous at the time. And like obviously the OGs like Club Penguin.
Right. So you think Blockstars look like sort of the old style artwork, like 32-bit?
I didn't. No, I don't think it. I don't think it was similar. It was what reminded me of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, so it's not like no issues there.
Because I think they look like Lego people, and that was always what I kind of, it kind of took me back to my childhood, like the Lego block builder people.
Yeah,
So that's Blockstars. How long ago? When did you get in? That before Mint or after?
Unfortunately, I didn't make it in before Mint. It was after Mint.
Okay.
But I've been sort of here all the way through, sort of practicing and stuff, and I can't wait for Busking.
Yeah. Have you played other like management simulation games before?
Oh, quite a few, yeah. Hang on, I've got a list somewhere.
Possibly Slime Rancher. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
I played Slime Rancher.
I had it came out on Xbox as a game for gold, and I thought, you know what, it's free. I'll give it a go. And honestly, it was so much fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. But like, just to name a couple of others, stuff like 2 Point Hospital. I've got House Flipper on Oculus. Frostpunk was a good one. Like I quite like the sort of the steampunk quite style. Jurassic World, farming sim, stuff like that.
Ooh.
So you like farming sims? I think you said quite a bit.
Yeah, I've had quite a few of the Microsoft Simulator.
So
And
it's,
then,
in farming sim, I find that like the more you level up in those games, you're waiting like it seems like an eternity, like as if you were planting real crops. It takes that long, and
yeah, it took me forever to get to grasps as well. Like I think I started number 19, and it was like I'd started again. Like I didn't have a clue what was going on. But when you get to grips with it, it does get quite fun.
yeah.
There are so many different simulation games now. Like I did PC Builder Simulator was one of the most recent ones I played. But then now I see like on my Steam account, there'll be various simulation games that are recommended to me. And there's one that is Power Wash Simulator. So you get like a pressure washer and you wash people's houses and driveways.
Oh my god!
I've seen that, yeah.
Like,
Like, can I hire
okay.
you to come to my house?
I guess it's
My sidewalk is dirty right now. So
Yeah, my patio could do with a scrub.
I guess they're trying to capture like that, that therapeutic feel of like cleaning the dirt off of something.
it is a power trip, no pun intended, or maybe pun intended.
Can I mute? Can I mute her?
Oh no, not again. How long did it take this time? 10 minutes?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What other questions we got?
Back to Blockstars. So do you have a favorite?
Yeah. You guys put up an announcement a while ago. I think it was last week or the week before, and it was asking, what do you like best? It was number 9696 and another one that was an Origin drummer, and the 9696 was, it had like a Tron sort of Daft Punk-esque like look to it, and I'm a big fan of both of them. And it just, I saw it and I thought, wow, I need to get that.
But you
That's
don't have
the-
it, do you?
I don't. No, I don't.
I
Did you
remember
pull that one up? Kayargh?
I've got 9696 up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's, man, oh man, what's its practicing skill at? 40. Okay. That's what I'm looking for now.
I mean, it's so
This
cool,
is one
doesn't
of
it?
those that came in at 4 stars ability, right?
Yeah.
But probably like rock bottom or
Yeah, this is the one to one that is rock bottom wage. And
Yep.
Wow.
I have, like, I don't know if any of you have, like, I specifically sought out, I want one. I want at least one. So I got a 3-star rock bottom, and I go do the 7 days training, and it's 7 roll for the
Oh my God.
entire 7 days.
Wow.
Like, whereas, like, I've got, like, my 5-star superstar singer was like, here's 14,000 roll. Oh my
Yeah. My DJ was like 13,000 to practice for 7 days. I was like, what?
oh boy.
But it also gains so much experience from it as well, which is the good thing.
I was telling Cranzini earlier, I've got a 5-star trombone player whose practice skill is just in the tank, like it's low. And so it's like, here's 14,000 that you have to spend for your week, and I'll maybe give you a percentage point. Like, it just feels so low. This person is never gonna practice. No. You are a natural talent, and we will leave you at that.
So not to get too personal, but how many block stars do you have?
I've got 4.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, which one is your favorite of your 4? I want to pull it up.
Okay. Coolest looking, or
Your favorite, you get to define what criteria that comes into effect with.
Okay, it's got to be my first one then. 2905.
2905. All right, what are we looking at
All right,
here?
let's see it. Using the Oracle to pull that up.
Oh,
That's
my.
one of my favorite tools of you guys is the Oracle. I check the Oracle anytime I go onto the marketplace.
One,
Plug,
that's
plug,
good to hear.
plug.
Yeah, plug.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3-star, thrifty wage, got a hidden musical ability. Recordings already at 63, almost already maxed out. That practicing's at 5. I feel that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've got a few that are that way.
I love that sweatshirt. That's like my favorite Blockstar outfit. The
I
Supreme
just
style.
thought like they looked so cool. I mean, the whole outfit, the hair, and the fact they're wearing stilettos as well. I thought that was it just pops off, really, doesn't it?
That's so funny. And the glasses are awesome.
Well,
Really nice one.
Yeah.
Anytime I see this hair, glasses, and mustache, I can't help but think Weird Al Yankovic. I just can't get beyond that that visual in my head. It just needs the accordion, and you're good. You're good to go. Oh man, that's a good one. That's gonna be a long time coming for that one. But it's interesting too because it's like the story could be like your fame is one. So this is like the most unknown singer in all of Blockstar Verse.
Made a huge comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the Blockstar idol. The nobody knows, and suddenly just this beautiful operetta comes out of their voice. Everyone is shocked.
Comes out of nowhere and takes the whole Blockstar by storm.
It's funny. Very unfamous. So let's see what we got here. So you have a any idea? So with 4 Blockstars, I'm interested to hear what sort of ideas you have about strategy.
Ooh.
So I'm sort of waiting until the band's feature comes out because I want to see sort of what things I can work with them. But at the moment, I'm just 2 of them. I'm practicing their musical skills. One is social media because he's already fairly high, and one is writing because they're already fairly high. So I thought if we get to the bands and we've got a good social media presence, a good writing presence, and then a good musical presence, we can do something with that.
It's brilliant, and not just because that's my strategy as well, but yeah, pretty smart. So you have a singer. What other instruments do you have in your arsenal?
So during the time that I got the singer, I also got a guitarist, 1485.
1485.
Yeah.
Okay. Force. Oh, that's some good matching. The hair and the boots, the matches, the striking red guitar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
I have of that.
And then big up to my man Fedit. He said if you can get a DJ. So I looked on the floor and found 3509.
3509. Ooh, that's a nice looking one.
Yeah. Very nice.
I like the white glove.
Yeah. I heard that the DJ can do more than a lot of the others. So I thought, I ought to get myself one.
Well, and I think that both singers and DJs are really the ones that would do solo work as well. So if you wanted that, that's kind of what I recall hearing from that. Yeah.
Totally.
And that's a good one.
My final one, which was it was actually a funny story.
Which number? I'll bring it up. I missed it.
503.
503. Okay. Go on.
So no shilling, but I'm a mod for another project. and they minted recently, and it was sort of quite popular. And I had somebody pop into my DMs and said, "Oh, help me out with a whitelist." And he was the only Blockstars that I'd had come into the project or approach me, sort of thing, other than people I already know from the project. And I said to him, "Yeah, mate, you're the only other Blockstar I've seen. Yeah, sure, why not?" And he said, "Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. What can I give in return?" I said, "Look, I'm not looking for anything. But if you've got a drummer, I will buy it off of you." Because I was looking to buy a drummer. I said, like, "Look, no, I'll buy one from you if you've got one." He said, "Drop me your address," and 2 minutes later, that appeared in my wallet.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's a great story.
You absolute hero. Like, I even put into the chat and in the Blockstars Discord, like, showing my appreciation to him.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah, great endorsement of the community. I mean, definitely.
We have a great community here.
Definitely.
But yeah, I did offer him some soul food, but he said, "No, look, don't worry about it." So yeah, I was quite appreciative.
That's one of the things about the blockchain, though, that I know is like you can force that on someone because you know where it came from. Like you can just like, too bad, I'm giving it to you. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it becomes this like weird thing of like you keep sending it back and forth. And so I know you're gonna wait until, because you'll be like the rest of us, wait until genres come out and figure out where your band best fits. But is there a genre you're hoping for?
Yeah, it's got to be rock and roll.
But where? Like, there's a few. Just the standard general rock and roll. That's where you're looking for.
Yeah, sort of like I reckon with the sort of theme that goes with Blockstars, I think sort of 60s to 70s rock and roll is where it's going to shine.
Okay,
Nice.
okay.
Nice.
So just shy of glam rock is what you're saying.
Yeah, it started to go downhill from there.
Oh no.
Oh man.
We don't want to start down that path of that conversation. So we'll give you some time here to kind of do some of your own plugs, but I've heard that you're working on some projects of your own.
Yeah, so I'm a mod and sort of part of the team of a couple of different projects. Lickies is one. They're an ice cream themed project. I mean, they've released Gen 1 already. We're sort of working on Gen 2 and doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. We've been really busy lately, so we haven't been as active in the chat as I'd like to be, but we try. But we are doing stuff behind the scenes. Another one I support was Goose Town. It's a bunch of like cartoon geese. They've got a YouTube channel, and they put like YouTube videos up, which are they're funny. They're really funny. And the biggest thing for me, which I thought was really, really cool, is obviously you can buy a goose and you can have it star in one of the YouTube videos, which is I thought that was awesome. It's sort of aimed at kids, so you could buy your daughter or your son a little goose and say like, "Oh yeah, look, Daddy, my goose is on the telly." Yeah, I thought that was really cute. And then the only other one that I haven't mentioned is O'Cables. I'm a mod for O'Cables.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so that's your profile pic. Is okay.
Yeah, the bull. Yeah.
I threw up some of the video here of the Goose, the Goose YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
Some of the early songs. Some of the early songs are really, really funny.
So are any of these geese yours in the background here? Do I see yours anywhere?
I'd have to look, man. I've got 102 of them, I think.
Oh my word! Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a goose whale.
I'm a goose whale.
See,
Trending.
See, I'm Canadian, and when I heard that you were doing a goose themed project, like to me, like in Canada, our comic, like we call our geese like cobra chickens because they are the meanest, most scariest things. You get anywhere near them, they will hiss and chase you down. Just the other day, my little girl was reminding me of the time where a goose chased me out of a parking lot. I'm like, I don't remember that. She's like, I do. She recants the entire story. But yeah, so I'm seeing this like cutesy kids show. I'm like, no, this is like Breaking Bad level of dark. Like,
Oh no.
that's what geese should be.
That's odd because geese generally have a pretty good reputation in the, like in the literary world, like Mother Goose, for example, and
That's
it's so it's kind of counterintuitive, or maybe it's just the Canadian ones. Who knows?
The Canadian, we are polite, and the Canadian geese make up for it. Like they just.
Maybe they're just cold. Could be that.
I had to fly back from Florida. I'm done.
Exactly. Oh. All right. So, like, what's your if you could say anything to Blockstar's community, what would that be? Any kind of message or statements you would like to put out there?
Yeah. First of all, to just amazing work to the team. Like you always deliver on what you say, and I thoroughly enjoyed the journey. It's been fantastic. And to the community, if you haven't aped in already, do so.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
And if you're not sure how to ape in or like which Blockstar to buy, I do know there is a tool out there that could help. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
The name escapes me.
Could it be some sort of oracle?
Oh yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
Okay, that does make sense. A lot of good sense.
Oh man.
And tell your friends and
Wonderful.
like and subscribe and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Well, Keo, Dad, Sylvia, thank you guys both so much for taking some time. Chat with us. Let us know a little bit about where you are from. And Keo, thank you for the work that you're doing with the Blockstars community as well, too. We really appreciate the work that you do.
Yeah. And this is just the first of many. We're gonna be rolling this out, keep it going, and try to get to know some more of our fellow Blockstars.
Well, if I look here, Magic Eden is saying we're at 1545 for unique holders. So we got our work cut out for us for this project.
Yeah.
That's a lot of interviews. Just putting that out there.
Okay. Maybe not everyone.
Okay.
Done sometime in 2030.
Yeah, 2030. Yeah. When my trombone Blockstar with a practicing of one finally gets another star.
and my singer hits the top of the chart.
That hits the top of the charts. Yeah, that's that 85 fame max potential from one.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the chat, for Craig, Xbarks, FedEx, and everybody else too. Be sure to like, subscribe, and if you have a recommendation for a community member that you want us to drag on here, let us know. Or if you want to be, that works too. But take care, everybody.
Yeah. Take care. See ya.